praised Jeffro here, or should I say somewhat sane Jeffro today, because I have a cycleway that is actually pretty reasonable, I know. I'm surprised too. So starting off in Thorndon Quay, we have the new bi-directional cycleway. You can see it's still being finished off at the moment. There was a whole lot of drama during the construction, probably the pinnacle being the closure of a very average long-standing bakery, obviously due to the tyranny of bikes, and certainly not, of course, from the free market or competition, with over half a dozen better options emerging in the last few years to compete with them. Anyway, aside from bakery business destroying properties, this is a pretty good dual carriageway cycleway. One theme across the entire route is that you do need to be conscious of driveway crossings, which means I'm going to give it a safety score of 7 out of 10, because it's not truly protected, you do have to be careful, but it's about as perfect as you can get for the area. The most sketchy part is probably the busy Waitomo fuel station, due to cars swinging in and out and trying to merge on a busy road. Speed is impacted for similar reasons. You can generally sustain a good 30k an hour or so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. You can't go absolutely ham like a road racer. There's pedestrian crossings, there's turning in and out, there's little stop-start areas, but it's pretty good. You can just cruise and cruise and cruise for almost the entire way. Look, overall, I can't fault it. This cycleway is pretty great. Given that the area has relatively few pedestrians, due to the length and semi-industrial nature of most of the route, I actually think it's one of those few times that a shared way is actually a good choice. There's plenty of room to manoeuvre, plenty of visibility of cars turning in and out, and not having to ride this long distance in the dual carriageway road is a massive win. Usefulness, 10 out of 10. This is an important linking segment in the cycleway network. It allows riders to get from Wellington CBD to State Highway 2's so-called cycleway, as well as turn-offs for Nio Gorge and Orongo Gorge, which links various other suburbs that I'll cover in future videos, so make sure to subscribe or follow for those. In fact, once they complete the new State Highway 2 cycleway in a couple of years' time, it'll be possible to ride as far as Mulling, which is partway up in the Hutt Valley, all the way down to Wellington CBD entirely on protected cycleways, which is just an absolute game changer for the increasing population in the Hutt to commute to their jobs in the city. Value for money. Well, in true New Zealand fashion, we spent ridiculous amounts of money building the Thorndon Quay section with hundreds of road cones and God knows what else. Yes, I hate the road cones too, people, but we need this route, and it's getting built and it's going to be used in absolute heat. So all up, I'm giving it a 35 out of 40. It's a job well done, Council. I'll take my hat off to you, but I legally have to wear a helmet here. So I won't.